you tell me who is your favorite hero? Nice. What about you, heroine? Which is your favorite heroine? Tanvi. No. No heroine. Which one? Nivedita Sala. Why he is favorite? Must be something. Must be something there. You like it. Yes, told Tiger Shop because it's fighting and all that must be nice. She likes me with her. Can you tell me, are these real heroes? Hero and heroines? No, they are just the entertainers. They are trying to entertain us. Then to whom we call the heroes? I'll just show you a picture. See, here some children are sitting. These are the real heroes. Why do we call them real heroes? Because they have done the work like that. They have saved the life of many people. Okay? They rescued the people from danger. And that's why they are awarded for their heroic deeds. See, this is the ceremony on 26th January. Okay? Rashtrapati and Prime Minister, they are giving the awards to the children for their heroic deeds. Means they are trying to save the life of the people from the danger. And such children from nooks and corner of the India, they are just selected and they are given award on this 26th January for their heroic deeds, for their work what they have done. Okay. Here is one boy. Can you all see this boy? Can see? This is clear. Hello. Can see now? Can't see. What? This face you can't see. This second. Really? Okay. This is the boy. His name is Arjun Singh. Okay. The boy named Arjun Singh from Rajasthan he is. Behind him there is a lady. Okay. That lady is his mother. And this boy has saved this mother from tiger's attack. This in 2-3 sentences I tell you the story. The boy was in his house. They are staying far away from the village. Okay, nearby the jungle. And the mother, as usual, means daily she works outside of the house. When she was walking, from the back side, immediately the tiger attacked suddenly. The mother, okay, on the mother, there was a tiger's attack. And she screamed so loudly that boy who was sitting in the house, he immediately heard that screaming and he came out. And what he saw, the tiger was attacking on his leg. With the fear, the mother was totally unconscious. Okay, and this boy, now he has the vision that he has to save his mother. And that's why without thinking about anything, he just ran away from the house towards the mother. And while coming towards the mother, he just got a big stick. And with that stick, he just ran towards the mother. And he just beaten that tiger. 2-3 blows were there on the head of the tiger. That was also the sudden. The tiger must not have thought about that. And that's why tiger just left the mother like that and moved out. So see now this boy has put his life in danger and saved his mother. And that's why the biggest bravery award, that is Sanjay Chopra award, was given to this boy on this 26th January 2020. He is called as the hero. Okay, these are the real heroes who are working for saving the life of people. Such are the real heroes. Now, this happens in our India, no doubt, but not only in India. Outside of India also, such children are awarded. And of such child, a girl, story we are going to learn in today's lesson. The lesson name is The Heroine of the Sea. A Heroine of the Sea. You all are having textbook? Open your textbook. What about now look in your book. I'm ready. Just pay attention. Put your finger on that. Okay, on that line. Around the rocky coast of England stand many lonely lighthouses. Their lights shining across the sea warn sailors at night of dangerous rocks. When they see the light, sailors take their ships far out to sea. But sometimes fierce storms drive ships on the rocks. This is the story of a brave girl and of a shipwreck on the rocks one night in 1838. Grace Darling was the daughter of a lighthouse keeper. She had lived all her life in lonely lighthouses, far away from towns and cities. There was not even a village near their home. Their nearest neighbors were many miles away. But Grace's father was a wise and educated man who brought up his children very carefully. Grace and her brothers and sisters were all taught to read and write. Their father also taught them to be honest, brave, and unselfish. When Grace was 10 years old, the family went to live in the Longstone Lighthouse. Their new home was on some wild island near the east coast of England. The Darling children grew up there. When they were older, they left their lonely homes, one by one, and found work in the cities. At last, all of them had left the lighthouse, except Grace, who stayed at home to help her mother and father. She had not grown very tall. She was only a little woman, not at all like her father, who was more than 6 feet tall. On the night of September 6, 1838, a terrible storm was blowing. Grace was used to storms. She herself was warm and safe in the big lighthouse. But she was always unhappy about the poor sailors who were at sea in the storm. She did not know that a terrible thing was happening that night. That night, a ship was wrecked upon the rocks. Grace and her parents did not hear the sound of the crash. The noise of the wind and the waves was too loud. They could not hear anything else. But a ship called Surehkha had hit the rocks a mile away from the lighthouse. Most of the passengers were drowned, but 9 men and women were able to climb on a rock. The wind nearly blew them into the sea. As they clung to the bare rock, in the distance they saw the warm light of the lighthouse. But of course, their shouts and screams were not heard. All night they clung there in the storm. Next morning at 6 o'clock, Grace was dressing. She looked out of her window and saw the storm was still blowing. Suddenly she stopped. Wasn't there something on the distant rocks? Calling her father, she looked again. Yes, there were certainly people clinging on the rocks, but they were half under the sea. We must rescue them before they are drowned, cried Grace. We must do something. Will you ever sleep again, father, if they die? William Darling was a brave old man, but he shook his head. It is hopeless, he said. We can do nothing. How can I row a boat by myself through these waves? If only I had another man here to help me. I can help you, father, cried Grace. I can row a boat as well as any man. Can't I? I am small, but I am strong. You and I have often rowed together. We can reach those unfortunate people. Mrs. Darling was with her husband and daughter at the window. No, no, she exclaimed. How will it help those poor people if you are drowned? You cannot row in this storm. Do not try. A girl like you, Grace, cannot do a man's job. Let us pray for them, husband. God will help them, perhaps, but we cannot. Grace was determined, however. She argued until at last her father agreed. Poor Mrs. Darling, with a heavy heart, helped them to get the boat out. She watched and prayed as they set off. Anyone who has seen a storm at the sea can imagine that journey. The boat went up and down over waves as high as hills. Sometimes it stood on one end, sometimes on the other end. It went up to the top of a wave and then down into a great valley between the waves. Every time they went down, boat nearly went under the water. But little by little, pulling with all their strength on the oars, they came nearer the rock. The wind and the rain were so strong that Grace could not see men and women clinging to the rocks. She only heard their cries for help. She needed all her strength to hold on the oar, which was bigger than herself. At last, they came close to the rocks. William Darling was able to jump on the rocks while Grace, all alone, held the two men into the boat. The two sailors from the brigade ship were able to row. They held the Darling during the long journey back to the lighthouse. Then Grace and the three women got out. Old William Darling and the two sailors rowed back across the dangerous sea to rescue the four men still on the rock. Grace did not have any time to rest now. All that day she was busy helping her mother to warm and feed the rescued passengers. After several days, these passengers were able to return to their homes in England. They told the story to the brave girl and her father to their families and friends. Suddenly, Grace Darling and her father were friends. The story of their heroism was told in the newspapers. Money was raised to help all the lighthouse keepers in their dangerous, lonely lives. Grace and her father were given a special reward for their heroism. Poor Grace did not live long after the rescue. She died at the age of 27, but still she is remembered for her unselfish courage. She risked her own life for others. Okay, now I am giving you 5 minutes. Just read out the lesson in your mind. Fast. Okay. Everyone is reading, right? Start. By that time, I just write a question on the board. You have to answer that. are having book. Textbook is not there. You are also not having this inside. Check inside. Both of you will be there. Where is it not? You are ready to talk to you. Okay, stop now. must have heard that. Okay, little bit must be understood. You are read the lesson. Can you tell me the answer? How did Darling family become famous? What work they have done? What was the work done? What work they have done?
Darling family rescued the poor people who were drowning in the storm, and the people told the story of their heroism to their family and friends, and the Darling family became famous.
Very nice, excellent. Can check? Yes. Good. Can check? You have told the answer just now.
His father had some poor people
Yes, you were.
drowned and storm. And then the people told a story of Paralik's mother to the family and
Such a very good work. That's nice. What is the answer? How they became famous? What work this Grace and her father has done? They saved the people who were in the storm. Okay, and the story was told by these people to their relatives and the friends. Like this, the news spread in the newspaper also, and they become the famous. Okay, that is the answer. So let's see the story. Okay. See the girl. She is the main character of our story. Grace. Grace Darling is the name of this main character. He is avoided. But our story starts with this lighthouse. Okay, lighthouse means the place which is on the seashore for guiding the sailors as well as the voyagers. Voyagers means who travels from the sea. Okay, for them as a guideline, this lighthouse is there. Its flash always guide them that where is the danger. In the storm also, always it works. Every time it works. And our main character Grace, her father is the lighthouse keeper. The man is very well educated, but still he was working as a lighthouse keeper. And the Grace and her family, so they were living in this lighthouse. Okay, now family. Okay. This is the family. Grace's father, William Darling was his name. He was well-educated person. He was working as a lighthouse keeper, but though he was a lighthouse keeper, it was his strong will that his children must be well learned, and that's why he was teaching them to read and write. Okay, to educate them. Same way, not only that, he was teaching them to be unselfish, to be brave, to be honest. Such education he was giving, living far away from the real society. See, he was working on that. Such was the family. Now lighthouses are far away on the seashore, so there is no neighbor for these people. Okay, this village neighbor is also not there. Villages are also far away from the place. But the place, lonely place, though it was lonely place, still the father was working on that. Days were passing like this. The people, this family was working very honestly. Days were passing. The parents grew older. Other children, they also were growing older. Means they were growing. As they grow up, they have taken the education. One by one, each sisters and brothers, they moved towards the city in search of jobs. But the Grace, she decided to stay with the parents. Grace was the only child who stayed with her parents because she was having a sort of compassion for her parents that they are growing older and I must be there with them. And that's why she stayed. Now what happened? Every time there is storm, they are working to guide the people and all that. One night, today is the date, 6 September, right? The same date was there on 6 September 1838. Okay, on this day there was a fierce storm. are there who are trying to put their life in danger. Such was a ship in this sea. This family was totally unknown about this ship in the sea, and storm was there. The family was used to with these storms because they are staying on the seashore. Always there are the storms in the sea, and that's why they were used to. So they just became warm and calm regarding this storm, and they took rest in their lighthouse because they were warm and means safe in the lighthouse. So they were in sound sleep at night. The shipwreck has taken place. There was big loud noise was there, but because of the storm noise, because of the heavy rainfalls noise, they couldn't hear the shipwreck sound. That night they have taken the sleep. Next day when Grace woke up at 6 o'clock, and when she came near by the window, that time she saw that still the storm is blowing. There is heavy rainfall, storm is blowing. But when she was observing the storm, at that time, far away from the sea, she saw there is something. So she immediately called her father and even the mother to see what is there. So they also observed, and they came to know that there is a big rock, and that on that rock some people are clinging to the rock. Cling is what? Hold tightly. Some people are clinging to the rock. Now the Grace, already she was unhappy because though she was staying safely in the lighthouse, she was willing to do something for these sailors. And now she got a chance. She immediately asked father that should we go there and help those people? It was not possible. Father was more than 6 feet height, and he was enough strong, but Grace was very little woman. Okay, she was not strong as her father was, and that why father rejected. No, we can't. We are not able to do that. Father said. Grace was very angry that she said, will you be able to sleep at night, father, if we won't help these people and if they get drowned? If they die, will you be able to sleep? Father said no, but still he said that I alone can't row the boat in the storm. When father said that I alone can't because there is no one else to help me, when it was said, immediately Grace said, I am there, I will help you to go there. I will row the boat. We both will go together. But the mother said, no, you just can't go. You are a girl. You are very delicate. You are not strong like your father. And so you can't go in the storm. If you go, and if you both get drowned, what should I do? And how will you rescue those people? This was the argument. But Grace was very firm on her decision. She argued till her father agreed. At last, father agreed and he said, let's go. We'll go try to rescue the people. And with heavy heart, this mother set them off. With a heavy heart, unwillingly. With a heavy heart, the mother set them off. Set them means allow them, okay? Or sever. Set them off, and she also had them to take the boat from the shore to the sea. Like this way, this Grace and her father, they sat in the boat. Both were rowing the boat with the oars. Oars you must be knowing. Yes, what it was? The plates which are for rowing the boat. Metal plates are there. Okay, attached to the big stick. They started. Now, when they were in the sea, it was heavy storm, heavy rainfall, fierce storm was there, heavy rainfall. The boat was going deep down, again coming up. It was standing on a edge, again going. Means there was so many chances that they themselves get drowned. But Grace was having the strong will that she has to save these people, and that's why with her full strength, both father and Grace, they were holding the boat and they were rowing it. At last they reached up till the rock. But when they reached up till the rock, at that time, because of the rain and storm, they were not able to see the people. But their screaming and shouting, they heard. And And when they touched the rock, immediately father jumped up on the rock. And Grace was holding the boat tightly. And with holding the boat, she took two people in the boat. Same way, the father also took three people in the boat. And they again started their journey towards the shore. In these 5 people were there, and these 2 people, among these 2 people were able to row the boat. They also had this darling family for rowing the boat, and they came on the shore. Okay, from that ship, 3 ladies got down, and remaining 2 people, again, with 2 persons, again with the father, they went towards the rock, and remaining 4 people who were there on the rock, again they brought them towards the shore, and like this the rescue has taken place. Though they have rescued the people, see these people were whole night in the rock, they were shivering with the cold, they were nearby unconscious, we can say. So for these people, the fresh food, the warmth was necessary. And Grace and her mother prepared food for them, they gave the medicine to these people, they gave the warmth to these people, and the treatment was there for so many days. When these all people were well enough, we can say, they were cured enough. At that time, these people shifted to their native places. When they went to their places, they told this story to their near and dear ones, with the families and relatives and friends, everyone they have told. Like this, the news spread. News of what? The heroic work of this Grace and William Darling. This news was spread all over the England. It was published in the newspaper also, and it reached up to the government. And like this, government has awarded this William Darling and Grace Darling for their heroic award. This is the real story which has taken place in England. Got it? But one more thing I have to tell, though this girl was awarded, it was unfortunate for her that at the age of only 27, this girl, Grace Darling, has taken her last breath. She was died. Yes, this is the real picture of this Grace. I just showed you. This is a real picture of this Grace Darling. Okay, though she is died, still she is remembered in England for her heroism. Got the story?
Yes.
Everyone? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
Now answer some questions. There are the first question. State whether the whether the following sentences are true or false. First sentence is there, lighthouses are there to guide the people or the sailors. Is it true or false?
True.
True. Very nice. Sit down. Yes, come on, stand. Mr. William Darling's whole family stayed together. Is it right? False. Right. Okay. The children were shifted to the cities. Yes. Grace and her family were able to hear the sound of far coast areas. The shipwreck.
False.
Very nice. False. Brilliant. Okay, next. When father said no to help Grace, gave us a thought. Did she get? Yes. What she has done? What she has done? No, it's not true. False. But she argued till father agreed. Yeah. He was firm. Yes. Sagar? Mr. Darling and her father are lost in the storm. False. They? What they did?
They rescued people from
Very nice. All 9 people were rescued and sent to their places. Very nice. I hope you all got me. The homework is given now. You have to write the antonyms, means opposite words of these words. Okay? You have to write. Write it down in your notebook. Your turn.